so welcome back. All right, Saurabh, so we were just talking a little bit about, just our what's the keys to being finding a great investment, and also what to look for in working with someone. Because it's my opinion, okay? Just my opinion, that for people to get into real estate, I strongly recommend that you get involved with someone that you trust and someone that has a track record, okay? And the same thing we talked about, I think is important because it's going to take social proof, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to take a lot for one person sitting out there on that cliff to take that dive and just say, yeah, I'm going to do it. But if you can go with someone that's jumped a whole bunch of times and everybody else can tell you, oh, he's an experienced jumper, mm-hmm. right? That's the guy I want to go with. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's what's important. And then what you also want to look for in those same conversations is something that you did almost, instinctively. You said, okay, well, tell me the bad, and if you can live with the bad and what that person, had to endure in an investment, because there's always, look, with any investment, there's risk. You know that.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you can endure that, and that's the thing that you can, and no matter what, you can live with that. I don't know. That's just me. I think, isn't that a good foundation to start for somebody that didn't have a ton of real estate experience, but definitely wanted to get in? What would you say?
Absolutely. One of the things that we don't have, which if somebody could figure out how to do this, would be brilliant. We don't have a credit rating system for real estate investors who are making an offering, right? Mm-hmm. They want your money. You have no way, if you don't know them, if you don't know their track record, if you don't know people who've invested with them before, no way to know if this person's just going to walk off with your money or if they're going to make good. So yeah, being able to talk to one of your investors and just getting the straight up truth that not only did you weather unexpected, inclement events with grace and honesty, but you also didn't duck them and dodge them.
Right.
And you were there for the phone calls. You were there to explain. It's like I say, everybody can accept that bad things happen. Unpredictable, sure. Inclement weather does rain on people sometimes. But what's important is that your investing partners are there to discuss, in an honest way, what's happening. They're there to confront it with you. Versus, I know it's a common human impulse to say, okay, I got bad news. I don't want to give this bad news to my investor.
Sure.
So I'm going to be scarce for a little while. And
that's never the right philosophy.
Totally the wrong philosophy.
Right?
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that robs your investor of all confidence they have in you.
Yeah.
And she let me know you didn't do that. And that was important for me to hear. And she let me know that she trusts you implicitly, and that you've been totally forthright with the good and the bad.
Well, I'm almost blushing because even she's probably been an investor for probably 5 years, 6 years, and this one particular person. But I'm super grateful that she shared those bits of information. But I don't think she's ever said that to me personally. So hearing that secondhand is almost, it's humbling. It really is. So I appreciate you sharing that. For the first time. It's really cool to hear. And what you get, I think I told you this when we first started to kind of throw around the idea. We knew each other for probably about a year or so. And it wasn't until I started to say, hey, look, we're starting to raise because we're buying more and more property. We're just investing in better assets. So I was like, instead of giving these assets away to hedge funds or equity groups in Florida and other areas, I just said, why can't we just help our investors make more money? And it would just take me reaching out to more people. And that's kind of how this all started. Because, you were my buddy first. It's like I wasn't even thinking, hey, let me ask my friends for money. But where do we go? The people that know us and trust us the most, right?
It's how you do it.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So look, I want to just say again, thank you for being here because, this is the real men of real estate. And in my book, you're a real man in real estate right now, right? Because let's face it, you took some action, you got rolling, and, you have this amazing practice that you have going on, but you're still carving out time to build, a legacy in real estate. So I guess for anyone watching and they wanted to just kind of, say thank you and just reach out, tell them a little bit more about your practice and where they could reach you. How do people find you?
Yeah, so you can go to socalpsychology.com. That's
Okay.
SOCAL and then the word psychology.com. Certainly if people want to present themselves as patients for treatment, we can see what we can do to get them in. What our greater need right now is therapists. There's a lot of online outfits out there offering therapists jobs. I probably couldn't name them because I might get in trouble.
You definitely would.
Yeah, okay. That's a good thing I ran that by you first. But those online outfits are not taking as good care of their therapists as we do. So that's one promise I can tell you. So if there's anybody out there who is a therapist, who is married to a therapist, a psychologist, a social worker, a marriage and family therapist, a psychiatrist, we hire them all. And I promise we give great terms because that's how we've been in business for so long and growing year over year, every year, because we take good care of our staff and they stay. And that's been an important piece of this for me. I'm not a corporate stiff. I'm a psychologist myself, so I know the life of a psychologist, and I try to make it good for the folks who stay on our staff. I can also be reached at my business line at 619-537-9345. One more time, 619-537-9345.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And that's how you can get in touch with Dr. Saurabh Gupta. My friend, thank you so much for being here. And it's been amazing having you here. And I'm stoked to see what else we can create.
I'm stoked too, man. Happy to be here for you.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. So to the listeners here, I want to say thank you to you. It's been our first interaction today. And I am so excited to be here with you as one host of Real Men of Real Estate. It's been a blast. Remember that if you are reaching out and watching us for the first time, don't worry. You can watch us again. We have a replay. You can get us on Amazon, Roku, many of the social media platforms. Just go ahead and plug in Real Men of Real Estate, and you can go and access anything that you missed. And in addition to that, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is remember, when you're here and you're thinking about Real Men of Real Estate, just remember that this guy told you to come and tune into the next episode where we'll have a special guest, Brandon Elliott, talking about the magic of credit solutions and what he can offer for you and help you get up to $500,000 in business credit and personal credit every 6 months. Mind blower. So till then, I want you to tune in, and I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and take off for now. But you know what you got to do in the meantime. That's right. Keep it Foxy.